Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome to Detroit Unplugged Radio, Bent Self. What up, doe?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Man, right away, I got to say thanks for having me and for pushing my music and feeling it, man. So being an independent artist, it's pretty hard, but when you love your craft and you have people that see what you're doing, it feels pretty good. So I just want to say what's up, Detroit Unplugged, and I'm stoked to be here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, listen, we love to promote every subgenre of hip-hop. I mean, it's a refreshing sound. Real talk, it's really quite different. I love the whole approach. So we'll get into that, and we'll showcase your craft, certainly. But what we like to do here is we like to go behind the scenes, man. We want to find out how you really came into yours, so to speak, in this music thing, and really where you came up and what the scene was like there. So let's take a walk through time, if you don't mind. And for our listeners that may not be familiar with you, let us know a bit about Bent Self and how you became Bent Self and really how you fell in love with music, period.
Yeah, all right. Man, if we got to put it in a quick, entertaining nutshell, I basically, when I was a teenager, I raced a lot of supercross, motocross, in love with music, but that's when I lived in Albuquerque. Wasn't as much of stuff going on far as that, so I would, mix it up, and I was always into rock music, always into metal, always into the punk, and into a lot of the underground hip-hop. And more of the darker hip-hop was the stuff I grabbed on first, so it took me a little bit before, like when I was younger in middle school, like it was like the first probably was Method Man, like the real dark track, and there's a couple tracks that grabbed my attention that had that dark tone, that dark feeling, and from there I just built on, and so ever since I've been a pretty eclectic crossover type of what I enjoy to listen to as far as the music. So the crossover style with my music is exactly what I love, because I love underground hip hop. I love real lyrics. Right. I love beats. I love the heavy, grimy side of stuff. I like people bringing things into light that's the truth in the world, and not just constantly just about party music. I mean, that's good for certain settings, but that's the stuff I kind of gravitate towards. So basically, all that was building up when I was doing other things and being creative and doing graphic design and photography and kind of singing and rapping to myself and so forth. Once I moved to Arizona in like 2001, that's where everything kind of started. So everything opened up. My uncle was already in like a metal band. I helped him start getting stages set up, this and that, started doing vocals. He gave me some beat programs, and I just was like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop, pushing the supercross and motocross hard as far as my time and effort, and I found what I want. There's more of a scene here. So I put a band together. So basically my roots really span from my band Arvin's Garden, which I started in like 2001, which is, a new metal style, a rapcore, rap rock, guitar, bass, drums, sampling. And, from there I was always writing beats, and I had samples, and I did a lot of pretty much the management, and also would help intertwine the samples with our guitar and everything else. So, many years later, as stuff goes by, everything is going good, and I'm trying to get to that next level with the full band. And, it's just a little bit, it's a little bit harder kind of gig as far as just trying to get independently on the road with more people, and everything has to be more money drawn in and so forth. So, basically, the solo came from just all this work and stuff that I was doing, and all this computer full of hard drive full of all this music and so forth. So I'm like, if there's any off time of the band, I'm going to do my solo stuff. And basically, Bent Self was pretty much the name for the band before we made it Arvin's Garden. So Bent Self is pretty much purely just how I feel about myself, and it's me independently. So the name has been there since 2000 or so. 2001 is sitting there kind of doing nothing. No one really knew Bent Self. It's more of just they knew Dustin in Arvin's Garden. You know what I'm saying? So So I went crazy. I'm very motivated and goal driven, and we had to cancel some big stuff in 2008, 2009 in Europe, and some other shows and some tours with the band. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to take a break. And I had all these beats, and I released the album. So I did the Double-Edged Sword album, which is the first album in 2010. So that started just me to put more of my time into another project, because I put, pretty much everything I could into whatever I do. So Arvin's Garden took my time as far as graphic design, promotion, helping write the music, booking the shows. I wear all hats, and I love to be creative from the ground up. So it's really cool. Sometimes kind of little consuming, but it is very rewarding, you know. So that's kind of where I got going. Did the first album, and a lot of there's a lot of energy and a lot of people that were digging the solo stuff as well. And then I've just been pushing it hard since then, you know. And a long time in the making is this tour that I just did. You know, I mean, really, I was trying to do this tour like as soon as I released that last album, which you guys heard, "The Fear Is All You Own" is from. And I was so busy, you know, with getting the band back together and some new people and getting back in the motion with that. I kind of had to, you know, put some stuff off to the side. So really, this tour that I'm going through right now, which is like halfway done for the West Side, it's kind of in the works for a long time. And then some stuff went down again with, you know, really just trying to get the right players that wanted to be at that next level with the band. So currently it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna get out of the studio. I'm gonna just let it go by slowly as far as getting the band back together and getting back out there. We played some shows in Hollywood and some other spots, and everything went great. But you know, just it's a hard gig, and getting everyone on the same page as far as touring is very tricky. So I was like, I'm gonna do the tour. You know, the band is kind of out the way. I'm gonna leave the studio, and probably like 4 or 5, 6 months ago, I started putting the tour together. You know, and I have my Blind Alien Records is basically my independent label. That I'm starting to umbrella everything under and kind of make that the professional platform as far as the marketing and management, if I do that for the artists and then the tour and booking, all that. So I'm here today, you know, and I have the challenge. I have a lot of collaborations, and I'm in Vegas right now chilling at my homie's pad. I played on on Sunday, and then I've just been working, man, just setting up the rest of the leg of the tours and just kind of getting back to everyone, because I've been, you know, driving and then trying to book and work and then play the show and then wake up and drive. But it was great, man. It was awesome. It's everything. I can't complain.
Listen, bro, we see you moving. You certainly are working hard, and we can hear it. I mean, our listeners can hear it in your voice, man. Kids, this is it's a full-time gig. You know what I mean? And these cats work really hard. Bent Self is telling you folks about it now. Listen, let's do this, bro. I got a lot more for you in a very short time, but I want to keep it well balanced. I want to get into the craft a bit, and I want to play another joint. Ism, what the hell do you have on deck for our listeners by Ben Self?
This is When the Lights Go Out, featuring Deadly Sunsets.
Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy it. This is Ben Self on Detroit Unplugged.
Turn to demons, hellhounds scare the children hiding in the hallway scream. There's a reason streets are bleeding and the concrete doesn't care. So stand there and stare and pretend you're not scared. Zombie strippers in black light, waiting with sharp knives. Smile as you shiver in the shadow of dark night. It's painted the same since the beginning of time. From castles to condos, we all lose our minds, and we all lose our way when the lights go out. Praying in fear with the sprinkles of doubt. Screaming to the heavens with the strangled shout. They're all laughing in hell with duct tape on their mouths.
Rusty outlook on this composition. A reposition hooks the dangle blood that filtered from her hair. I once was him, now I'm do the same with the angel inside, getting strangled with pride. Ooh, I hear the whispers when the sun goes low, transforming all my skin to glowing moonlight. Light, blast shells and mac and cheese to the sky. Deprive the aliens and they may not trust me.
Trust the blindfolded monkey in a cage, and the reason for the blank stares, the fiend for the day. They laughing away, the cackles and just echoes through the brain. The pleasant pain of the truly insane will never change. It only gets colder and the night gets longer. The screams live louder and everybody is haunted. Stop yelling for help because nobody is coming. You're scared and fear's the thing that's keeping you running.
Running in place. I cannot get nowhere. The rain is hot, it's hitting my face. I see a blurry shape under the light. As I approach it, eyes now focus as I'm being attacked. Blood, bone, screams and cries. Once with motion, now she's broken, now she's mine. Cold skin, soft lips, and evil eyes. I better bite her now before she dies.
Hell yeah, welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just tuning in, this is Detroit Unplugged Radio. I'm your host, A-Rock, this is Ism, and we have Ben Self on the show with us live. Welcome back to the show, my friend.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Good to be here at Detroit Unplugged. You know, I feel the energy, I feel the love. Digging it.
Yeah, damn right, man. We're digging what you're doing, brother. And I'm just kind of flipping through your press release right now, man, and like I was telling Ism, you know, we deal with a lot of folks, but we can really see your determination. Everything is 5-star. Everything you put your hands in, everything you're doing. Your press package looks like $1 million. And we certainly appreciate you. The way you're doing things right now, man, like I told our listeners, you're going to be a household name here in no time. Means a lot for us that you're on the show this evening.
Man, that's awesome, man. You know, I do work hard at it, and that's all I hope is that, you know, people dig it, and the people that do, you know, that's pretty much who you roll with, you know. So, you know, push your boundaries and surround yourself with like people that are doing what you want to do or something on that level, you know, and everything is going to work out good because everyone's going to push each other. So.
Right, no doubt. Listen, what I want to ask you, and this is a good one, bro, and keep in mind, myself and Ism, we love stories, and we get a lot of great ones from this question. It's a question that we ask all of our guests that come on Detroit Unplugged, Mr. Ben Self, and that is, if you were to name one thing, one time in your life, in your career thus far, that you will always hold close to your heart. Now, this could be a live show, a freestyle cipher, a jam session, autograph signing, whatever the case may be. What would be that one time that you can tell us about that you'll always hold close to your heart?
Man, you know, there's a lot, and there's a lot of, you know, different types of things that stick in your memory, but I mean, you know, if I had to say, as far as one that it's always it just comes up in my brain, that was just a great night, is we oh man, let me think of the dates. Let's see here. Probably 2005, 2006. We were asked to open up for Edema, which is some of you might know, they are kind of new metal style band. I think Jonathan Davis' his cousin or his half brother or something like that. And that's our style. We dig that. You know, that's Arvin's Gardens, kind of our type of mix as well. And it was in a little town outside of Arizona, and it was just, the energy was just super dope for this show. You know, and it wasn't just a little show, it was kind of an off show at a little place, but with another band that just got off a big tour with Korn and so forth. So we're like, yeah, it's going to be awesome. You know, not only is it be a great show, but it's a good mix of styles. We dig this type of stuff, like so forth. So, but the whole show was just, it was cool because we had homies that were doing printing. They printed up tons of gear at their own cost, you know, booty shorts, shirts, shorts, everything. They were up there with bundles and gear for all the girls there. Girls were fighting over booty shorts that weren't there anymore. People were getting crazy. I had some dude that came up, was like, thought that I was a dude from Edema, and was like, hey, I have all your albums. And I'm like, I think I'm the wrong guy. We only have one album out, but definitely stick around and watch us because we're going to kill this shit. And so he was like, oh, okay. You know, he apparently didn't know the vocalist looks like what they look like, you know. So anyway, we killed it. We rocked it. We sold all of our merch. People were yelling our name the whole time, even while they were playing.
Nice.
They had a great show as well. And it was just one of those events where everyone had fun. It was wild. We were on that level just like with this touring band that got off tour that's been doing major big things. And, you know, you're like, cool, we're doing the same shit. You know, these people were buying our gear. They loved our show just as much as this pro act. And the vibe was just dope. And we sold out of all of our merch. And it was just a crazy night. And I think I'll always remember that stuff. And, like, tons of fans rolled up from Arizona, from, like, Phoenix, like, an hour or two away, where we played, which is up in Prescott. We played in the, like, top of this old train that was, like, turned into a restaurant and shit. So it was kind of an eclectic type of night. It wasn't like a typical venue. It wasn't a typical show. It was just us and them, and we just all tore it up, man. And and everyone there is gonna, I think, remember that shit. And I got pictures. You're like, oh man, I remember that, you know. And just one of those great nights, But I've had many, but that one was pretty cool, and that's been a while, so it's still I still feel that energy from that show. Fans singing stuff that they didn't know who we were. So It was dope, man. It was dope.
Oh yeah.
That's the shit.
Yeah.
And when you have events like that, like when there's nights like that, it gives you kind of it's an affirmation, like you're on your way. You know what I mean? When you see venues filling and people are buying your merchandise, it just gives you an idea that this shit's real, man. And kid, you're working hard. So certainly, it's great to hear a story like that. That'll probably be the first of a million of those stories he'll have at the end of his careerism.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's what's crazy is every little place is so different. I think that's why I dig it. No tour could ever be the same. Even if you book the same places, it's like it's all different. You meet the craziest, coolest people you've ever met. You meet people that you didn't even know people that are cool were around. You know what I mean? It's like, and I think it's just the humble side of doing that stuff, because in reality, like, people see kind of the rock and roll crazy shit, drinking, partying, blazing, girls, all that. But really, when you get down to, like, the work is really doing it, unless you've got a whole team that's already paid and you don't even see any of it and you're not in the creative aspect of any of it, you don't have much time to do some of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you're on the road, you're like, it's like sometimes we've had those crazy stories. There's always crazy, weird shit that girls do at shows and all that, of course. But really, when you get so busy on the road, you're like, damn, this tour's almost over. And like, by the time you get done at the end of the night and paid out and you get your breakfast burrito and go chill and smoke and get your, it's late as shit. You're like, damn, it's like, so, it's been cool. Like, you try to do your party, you kind of got to get away and forget about the music too. You don't want to keep hearing about your songs after show you're done. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of like to get away and talk about other stuff too. So it's nice to just kick it and when you meet people on the road and after you get done with the show, kind of vibe out and learn what they're about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You take inspirations from everything. So I already know after this tour, just from all these places I visited, I'm already have a couple albums worth of songs, but I'm already going to have new inspirations for some new shit. So that's going to be dope, man.
Just traveling sometimes gives you inspiration to meet people in different cities. That's one of my favorite parts about traveling. To go to little places I've never been before. To go to a little fucking diner on the side of the road and meet some people that in any other scene I would not meet in my lifetime. That's the type of shit that I remember, bro. And as an entertainer, when you can go to places, now we've talked to other guests of ours as well, and especially how people show love in those cities. That's real special to us as entertainers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you got to think, like, we did this, and it's a simple thing, but we played this. It was basically it's at the in Fort Duchesne. It's on Res Radio, and it's a radio station up there, and we had a chance to stop through there on the way back, and it was cool because we had like a really young fan that came in there, and he ended up hanging out. His mom got him some stuff signed, and then he hung with us throughout the night, and he became like our friend. He's like a young cat that's going to go kind of, get the word out with this underground music to kind of a different amount of people, because a lot of our people are drinkers and older people. So it was cool meeting a little dude and learning that he sings and wants to sing. He's inspired now by me singing. And so it's cool. Yeah, that type of stuff is where it's at, man, traveling and just meeting people. And so.
That's the shit. Look, dude, I appreciate this story, by the way, bro. We're going to add that one to the collection, bro. Certainly great to hear about stories like that again. It certainly sets a catalyst in your career. Listen, bro, tell us about 2016. Let us know what's popping in the future, where you see yourself in a year's time, and how my listeners can support you to the hilt.
Oh, yeah. Man, basically, I mean, I'm basically at the end of my tour for the West Side or the West Coast. I'll be heading out by the end of the week towards Texas, New Jersey, New York, and all the way up to Canada and back around. And
nice.
I'm still setting up and locking in some of those dates. So, I mean, the best place to go is directly to my website, which is benself.com, because it just has everything that you would need. Mailing list area. I do have a new area for my new album for funding. So if people want to really be involved and they want to get like into the new music video and have their voices into the new album and some different things as far as funding and stuff, I got some really cool stuff on there. They can also just have a regular donate button. I got all the merchandise. I got T-shirts, the 2 albums, and pretty much everything on there they need. And the best way to keep in contact is, besides the social sites, to join the mailing list, because I'll always send out exclusive stuff through the mailing list. So that's usually the best way, is just bentself.com. And and just you can all the updated tour dates will be there soon. There's already some up there.
Right.
So just keep up with that. Tell your friends, share, tag, comment, whatever you do. Everything helps these days. With the new technology, it's just a totally different world. So even a couple shares or tagging your friends or telling your friends that someone's coming to their city really helps out. The independent artists. So so everyone so far has shown a lot of love on the tour, and it's been really positive. And the artists that have jumped on that were locals have really, came out and really helped out and made it a great show. So I'm just going to keep that going for the rest of the tour. And then after the tour is done, I have a whole new album coming out. So then it's back in the studio. And then for this next coming year, then I'll have a new album out with at least 2 or 3 full music videos, and then a new tour. So it's basically just going to be ready to go again. Yeah. So just building my pyramid. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's going to add to the credentials,
Unplugged.
man. And
what was that?
I just said it was going to add to your credentials, man. It's certainly great to get all these this touring, under your belt. Go ahead with what you were saying. I heard you say Detroit Unplugged.
Yeah, I was just going to say, man, I can't say it enough, but ever since I got a hold of you and you got a hold of me and we got so sent out and locked in, it was like just it's just good because I see all the management side of it. So maybe to some artists, it's like they may not know where stuff comes from or what was put into that to get to that point.
Right.
For me, I see it all and I deal with it all. So I know how much work and how many people I email and send out and how many people are kind of trying to just get some cash from you for very simple things that you ask of, and it's nice to meet people that are professional, people that are upfront, and people that are truly, really trying to help out that type of music and that scene. And I can tell you guys are like that. So Detroit Unplugged, I give you like super mad props, man, from Blind Alien Records and Ben Self and anyone that I'm affiliated with. That's cool, man, especially the underground. So it gives us that, like I said, that little bit of catalyst and tool to help us get our names out there and shit. So
oh man,
I appreciate it, guys.
Brother.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Hey, listen, we just love, we love hip hop. Hell, we love music in general. So certainly, you're doing your damn thing. We wish you the world of fucking success, bro. If there's anything we could do, any of your artists under your umbrella that we can bring on the show and showcase, certainly holler at your boy. But we wish you the best, man. We'll talk to you real soon.
Man, I appreciate it, dude. I hope you guys stay safe and live it up and party hard all at the same time. And I hope I'm able to see you guys, soon. I'll be up in that area on my tour. So who knows, man? I might hit you up and might be able to link up or just talk about music or talk about hip-hop or talk about life, whatever.
Well, certainly we'll need you to come in-house when you get to town. Maybe you can co-host an episode of the show. And certainly we'll yak it up, bro. Let us know what's going on. Let us know when you'll be here.
All right, man. Much love. Detroit Unplugged. Appreciate it, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ben Self, ladies and gentlemen. And I got to tell you, hell yeah, brother. Listen, it's been a great night already. I'm ready to celebrate right now because we just had fucking Ben Self on the show, and this kid's making ruckus. He's leaving a catastrophe everywhere he goes. He's killing the scene. Bro, I love it.
Yeah.
The music's dope. Everything he's doing, we're looking at it. It's in front of my face right now. A lot of people talk shit. It's certainly great when we can weed the bullshit out and really showcase artists of significance, and that's why we had Ben Self on.
Oh, yeah.
Give us a call, comment, whatever the hell you got to do, 213-943-3784. I'm your favorite Uncle Rocky. This is Ism, and of course, you've heard about us. This is Detroit Unplugged. Let's get right back into some music. Ism, tell me you got one more Ben Self joint.
Oh, I do. This one's like the title song, Seventh Riot on Opal Skies. Check out the album.
Let's get it. Detroit Unplugged.
fine. In the 12th and 80 Halloween, eyes viewed the king and queen of everything. Stood up, walked and spoke, perfect world and full of 'cause my folks showed me everything I need. Few years later appeared, beautiful boy, blue eyes so clear, yeah, complete what means so much to me. Never content, young man at work, dark side of the fence, yeah, consume me goals I need.
Protests like this one over the Confederate flag erupted across the country in the wake of the shootings at a South Carolina church. It is just the latest in what feels like a series of protests and demonstrations